Warning: sensitive images.
How many copies of this world-shaken image would satisfy your wicked hearts? Ah, why bother? It's more original and easier to multiply it by war. That's why you no want peace.
With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 2 of 4.
Etc.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nasze programy oferują wiele języków. Prosimy zobaczyć suprememastertv.com/schedule.
You keep the precepts and you really tone down your ego, yeah, and try to be humble, then the master doesn't ever have to suffer too much, okay? Humility is very important. Humility means the absence of ego, yeah? Ego means the absence of humility. Humility is very important. Without it, you will cause a lot of trouble and headache for everybody, including the master, yeah? Even if you want to do good, you do it with just ego. It's just the way you think. You ignore everyone else. You don't consider. Not because you want to. It's just, you just live that way.
Please keep watching to find out more.
Vegan. Imagine that you live in a world where all your neighbors are saintly beings.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English and Dutch with subtitles in Arabic, Aulaxese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Spanish, Telugu, Thai, and Ukrainian or Uranian. Weldadige kijkers, het is een plezier om u bij ons programma van vandaag te hebben. Ik ben Thomas. De milieubewuste mensen van Nederland prijzen u voor het helpen van het milieu met uw biologische, veganistische levenswijze. Nederland is een noordwestelijk Europees land met een kustlijn en vele inlandse meren, rivieren en kanalen. Het land is vermaard voor bloemen, zoals de Nederlandse tulp, als ook voor madeliefjes, boterbloemen en paarse heide. Er zijn veel jaarlijkse bloemfestivals. Een van de meest beroemde is een evenement gehouden in de Keukenhof Tulpentuinen, niet zo ver van de hoofdstad Amsterdam. Prachtige bloeiende bloemen verrukken het oog met 800 verschillende soorten tulpen. Om de kustgeografie en het uitgestrekte terrein op zeeniveau te beheren, hebben ingenieurs in Nederland een ingenieus netwerk van kanalen, dijken en pompstations ontworpen. Als wereldleider op het gebied van waterbeheer en hoogwaterbeheersing deelt Nederland deze expertise vaak met andere landen. Het behoud van dieren in het wild is ook een nationale prioriteit, met verschillende natuurreservaten die zijn aangewezen om oude bomen, planten, vogelpersonen en andere dierpersonen te beschermen. In het grootste nationale park van het land, de Hoge Veluwe, staan meer dan 1000 gratis te gebruiken witte fietsen klaar om te genieten van de natuurlijke schoonheid van de omgeving. Een wonderbaarlijk artistiek erfgoed verrijkt ook elke beleving van Nederland. De werken van gerespecteerde Nederlandse schilders, zoals Rembrandt, Vermeer en Vincent van Gogh, zijn te bewonderen in musea doorheen het hele land. Het was geweldig om het progressieve Nederland aan u voor te stellen, breeddenkende kijkers. Mogen uw ziel gevoed en genezen worden door Gods oneindige voorraad van liefde en genade.
Warning, sensitive images.
These earth-reeling scenes shook the whole world, but they couldn't move your heart. Please tell, what did move you to stop the murderous war?
Al tientallen jaren heeft de hoogste meester Qinghai, veganiste, onze wereld verlicht met haar goddelijke leer. Een volledig verlichte meester geeft zij de Kuan Yin meditatiemethode aan hen die verlangen om onmiddellijk de godsaard binnenin te ontdekken, om in één leven eeuwige bevrijding uit de cyclus van transmigratie te bereiken. De Kuan Yin methode werd beoefend door alle verlichte meesters, zoals de aanbeden wereldvereerde Sakyamuni Boeddha, veganist, de aanbeden Zoon van God, Jezus Christus, vegetariër, de vereerde meester en filosoof Confucius, vegetariër, de vereerde Heer Krishna, vegetariër, de vereerde meester en filosoof Lao Tzu, veganist, de vereerde Heer Mahavira, veganist, de geliefde profeet Mohammed, vegetariër, vrede zij met hem, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, vegetariër, en nog veel meer. De hoogste meester Qinghai, veganiste, benadrukt dat als we altijd aan God denken, onbaatzuchtige dienst bewijzen aan anderen en de wetten van het universum volgen, we ons hoogste potentieel als mens zullen bereiken en echt ons doel op aarde zullen begrijpen. Een buitengewoon levend voorbeeld van mededogen stuurt ze regelmatig en liefdevol materiële en financiële hulp voor vluchtelingen, daklozen, slachtoffers van natuurrampen en anderen die hulp behoeven. De hoogste meester Qinghai, veganiste, dankt respectvol alle speciale individuen, organisaties, leiders en regeringen voor alle echte, liefdevolle, voortdurende steun. Mogen de hemel u voor altijd zegenen. Wij, de leden van de Hoogste Meester Qinghai Internationale Associatie, zijn ook oprecht dankbaar voor uw expressieve goedheid en wensen u het beste. De Hoogste Meester Qinghai, veganisten, ontvangt liefde en erkenning van verschillende organisaties, media, regeringen, individuen en vele onderscheidingen, zoals de 2006 Gushi Vredesprijs, beschouwd als de Nobelprijs voor de Vrede van het Oosten, de Wereldspirituele Leiderschapsprijs in 1994, de Hama-Veerprijs in 2008. 22 februari en 25 oktober zijn beide uitgeroepen als de Hoogste Meester Qinghai-dag, Herenburger van de Verenigde Staten enzovoorts, en is door de jaren heen geëerd met tal van andere onderscheidingen en lofbetuigingen voor haar uitstekende filantropische en humanitaire daden. Enzovoorts. Wij excuseren ons dat we de vele andere prijzen en lofbetuigingen niet kunnen tonen door gebrek aan ruimte en tijd. De Hoogste Meester Qinghai, veganisten, dankt respectvol alle speciale individuen, organisaties, leiders en regeringen voor alle echte, liefdevolle, voortdurende steun. Mogen de hemel u voor altijd zegenen. Wij, de leden van de Hoogste Meester Qinghai Internationale Associatie, zijn ook oprecht dankbaar voor uw expressieve goedheid en wensen u het beste. Een ware stem voor onze prachtige vrienden, de dieren, promoot de Hoogste Meester Qinghai, veganist, het vreedzame, liefdevolle plantaardige dieet en voorziet, met het ontwaken van de mensheid voor de heiligheid van al het leven, een rustige en glorieuze, geheel veganistische wereld, waar mensen van zowel dierlijke als menselijke rijken in respectvolle harmonie leven. Haar initiatieven omvatten het verspreiden van het alternatieve leven pamflet, de internationale vegan restaurants Loving Hut, veganistische voedselbedrijven, veganistische bondsproducten, Supreme Master Television, evenals het schrijven en spreken voor invloedrijke regeringen en medialeiders, deelnemen aan televisieconferenties over klimaatverandering enzovoorts. of we ons er nu bewust van zijn of niet, haar inspanningen hebben een enorme invloed gehad op het wereldwijde bewustzijn van het dierpersoonvriendelijke levensstijl en hoe deze welwillende manier blijvende vrede kan brengen onder landen en ondertussen onze planeet redt van klimaatverandering en rampen. De hoogste meester Ching Hai, veganiste, reisde de hele wereld rond en voerde gesprekken met het publiek en haar discipelen over tal van spirituele onderwerpen. Vandaag zijn we gezegend om een van deze inzichtelijke lezingen te presenteren, getiteld De deugdzame Essenes, deel 6 van 12, op tussen meester en discipelen, gehouden in het Engels, op 22 augustus 2007 in Parijs, Frankrijk.
We pray for Ukraine, or you reign.
So they study with perseverance and interest the ancient writings, the scriptures, the sutras, all these holy teachings they study. Yeah. Oh, we do, hey? Yeah, we are doing now to prove it. Okay. They especially prefer such that they are intended to indurate and strengthen the body and ennoble and sanctify the spirit. They have profound knowledge of the art of healing and study it arduously. They examine and are acquainted with the medicinal herbs and plants which they prepare as medicine for man and beast, animal people. Animal people actually maybe explaining differently here. I don't think they call them beasts in that order. We don't call anybody beasts in our order, no? We call them animal people, brothers and sisters, friends, yeah? Okay, so it's just a different translation. Or maybe at that time, that was the word they used, yeah, so. They also know the use and worth of minerals as medicine and do a great deal of good by applying these for healing the sick. Anybody that wishes to belong to the brotherhood is not at once admitted. Of course not, huh? Yeah, 3 months vegan, huh? Before admittance to the brotherhood, one has first to pass a whole year of trials outside the same. 1 year? And I give you just immediately after lecture? Wow, too cheap. Okay, from today 1 year, huh? For you. Okay. One has to live according to certain rules and regulations. During this time, he has to prove himself worthy through a strictly moral and virtuous life and temperance. He is provided with a spade, an apron, and a white garment. Now he is again subjected to new trials. Having passed through these, he is sprinkled with water or baptized as a sign of his spiritual purity and liberation from material things. We can do it with water or without water. Yeah, it's just a ritual. It's nice. It's no harm. Hey, we have a lot of rain. It's convenient. It's convenient to do in a rainy city. Yeah. But in some African cities, probably we have to sprinkle with sand, huh? Because they don't have much water. It's just a kind of symbol. Yeah. People still use it nowadays to baptize in some rituals, in some spiritual orders. We just do without, yeah. Having passed through these, and proved his chastity, and being further tried in his strength of character and other qualities, and found to be worthy, he is at last admitted an actual member of the brotherhood. The poor guy, after 1 year of trial and tribulation and all kinds of tests. My God. Now, is there any spade and things in this house to dig? For agriculture, you can plant some more vegetables in the small garden that we have. But before he touches any food in the presence of the brotherhood, does he take this sacred vow? Above all things, to respect God, he must, of a true and pure heart, exercise justice and honesty to all men. Neither of imposed or influenced by others must he harm or hurt any man. Understand? No matter how. Yeah? Okay. During all his life to shun injustice. Further, he vows sacredly ever to obey his worldly rulers, as nobody has the rule without the will of God. Do you understand that? So even if you think the law is not very good, but you still have to obey it, because that might be God's will. Nobody can do it alone. Yeah, it must have been the karma of certain countries that the citizens have to undergo such and such dictatorship or strict governance. That's why we do not want to ever criticize anyone. We just pray for peace and make an example of kindness. Yeah? And hope that other people might do the same for the sake of everyone. Huh? If they don't follow, okay, that's it. We are not to criticize anything. But as it is, as we know that what we sow, so shall we reap. Yeah? So in our hands, we must exercise the power of kindness and compassion only. Understand, huh? Yeah. So if other people don't do it, then we know it might be God's will. Yeah? So we have to comply with it. Yeah? But in our hands, we always rather err on the side of compassion. So always be kind and be good. That's it. No matter who else does what. So here it means that if you live in any country, any rules, you have to abide by that. Yeah? Not because you are a spiritual practitioner, so you do what you want. It's not like that. Just like the similar teachings of Confucius, say you have to be loyal to your king and your country. If he becomes a ruler, if the practitioner of the Essenes order become a ruler, does he vow not to misuse his power? Yeah, I told you already. In our hands, we always exercise the power of compassion and kindness. Rather hurt ourselves, not hurt other people. Yeah, do you understand me? Outsiders. Yeah, here I beat you up anytime. I beat your ego up. Yeah? Do I? No? Maybe I should, huh? Come here. I beat you with a bar of chocolate. Okay. It's very rare that the master does that. Yeah? It's very rare that the master has to resort to some kind of physical reprimand. Yeah, very rare. Because it hurts the master more than the disciples. You understand me? The karmic transference will make the master suffer more. Yeah. But if it has to be done, the master will do it. But rarely. Yeah. Mostly verbal teaching should be applied to yourself, to the disciples, and that should be very sufficient already. If you keep the precepts and you really tone down your ego, yeah, and try to be humble, then the master doesn't ever have to suffer too much. Okay? Humility is very important. Humility means the absence of ego. Yeah? Ego means the absence of humility. Humility is very important. Without it, you will cause a lot of trouble and headache for everybody, including the master. Yeah? Even if you want to do good, you do it with just ego. It's just the way you think. You ignore everyone else. You don't consider. Not because you want to. It's just, you just live that way. Your ego just leads you into that kind of inconsiderate way of life. And then it's very difficult for you to understand everybody else's feelings or convenience. So the ego is your worst enemy. Worse than eating meat. You understand? If the people already killed it and you eat it, you have some karma, you don't have too much compassion. But with ego, you even forsake also compassion, because you don't know what compassion is anymore. You are blind to the people around you, of their feelings, their emotions, and their needs. You are blind. If you have ego, you just think of yourself, the way you want to do this, the way you do that, and you do it your way, and you just don't think of any other alternative. You don't consider anybody else. And the ego is the one that stands in between you and the true knowledge of the providence. So anyone who has big ego, don't consider yourself intelligent at all. You are just repeating kind of parrot person, learning from anything that you know, but you're not truly intelligent. The one who truly has knowledge is the one who has no ego. Then your knowledge shines and you do everything right. It's just like that. So don't be afraid of any danger or any trouble. Be afraid of your own ego. Yeah? Ego is what? Where do we get ego from? Okay? Past life impressions and the accumulating of habits or association, background. If you used to learn something, and you're good at this, and then you learn something else, you're good at that, and everybody keeps praising you, yeah? Then over time, you are so used to being praised, yeah? And then your ego grows up, and you think whatever you do is good, because you've been used to being at the top, and then you don't consider anybody. It just becomes a habit, And this is very bad for us, yeah? Try to eliminate that. Only when you eliminate your ego, then your knowledge will truly be revealed. So that's why in the old times, it is said, the man who knows looks like the man of low knowledge, of an ignorant person. Because he might not show off the skill of the world, of the worldly knowledge. He doesn't even want to show off. If he knows it, he doesn't even show off. For him, it's not important anymore. The important is the real knowledge of heaven, the true original knowledge, which we forsake for the sake of learning some skill or something in this world, or any doctrine, any policy, or any special talent just to go on top of society, and forsake our own great self and the real knowledge that we always have to be a great person. So to have knowledge in this world is not the top priority, really. Learn what you can to survive, of course, but if we forsake our real knowledge for worldly skills, that is a very great pity. It will enhance only our ego, and it will separate us more from our true knowledge, the one who knows everything, the one who pervades everywhere, the one who never goes wrong. All right, we continue with the essence. The members of the Essenes will shun injustice all their lives. Everything he acts with fairness, with justice. He would never treat somebody unfairly. Yeah. Ever undaunted to further truth and justice. That's their life mission. Yeah. Their life goal. Okay. Further, he vows to secretly ever to obey his worldly rulers, as nobody has the rule without the will of God. If he becomes a ruler, he vows never to misuse the power, but to set an example for his subjects by a virtuous life, frugality, and plain habit, plain clothing. Yeah. He shall always love truth and shun falsehood, to preserve his mind from impure thought or impulse. He should do that. Okay. He never to stain his hands with unjust gain, to live honestly by your own earning. Yeah. He vows never to interpret or explain anything of the laws of the order in any other spirit than he himself has received it from the Holy Fathers. Yeah. Do you understand? He would not misinterpret it. He would not distort the true teaching for gain or for profit of any kind, except to impart it to others just the way he has received it, just to know God, yeah, to be virtuous and moral. To faithfully hide and take care of the books. Hide and take care of the books and archives of the order. Wow. To hide it. Huh. Must have been tough at that time too, hey? Yeah.
Russia, go home now.
As a Muslim, I seek closeness to God by embodying the divine attributes, most importantly, justice, compassion, and humility. Veganism allows me to live my life in accordance with these spiritual values. Essentially, ethical veganism for me is an expression of love and respect for Creator and creation alike. Duke MacLeod, vegan.
Morgen op Tussen Meester en Discipelen.
Sometimes I tell you, please beware, huh? Have to meditate more because it's a time of cleansing. And it's the truth I have to tell you. And you can see it yourself. I didn't tell a lie. The golden age is for golden people. Only. Sorry, it's not my law. It's the law of karma. It's just like the law of any nation. We cannot escape. The law of nations, sometimes we can escape. But the law of the universe, you can't. Can nowhere to hide. The law of karma is very precise. It's to the minutest detail, to a breadth of a hair.
Warning, sensitive images.
Isn't it fun to be a country leader with all that tax money to waste in any toy project to prove that you are doing something? Or why not burn it in war so you can sit pretty in a comfort zone watching all the suffering you cause for old and young alike? But the most fun you don't know yet is the barbecue in hell with you smack in the center of the giant oven. Don't worry, it'll come sooner than you think.
Aanmoedigende kijkers, wij danken u voor uw aanwezigheid bij de aflevering van vandaag, getiteld De deugdzame Essenen, deel 6 van 12, op tussen meester en discipelen. Hierna volgt een koninklijk persoon, recht en de rechtvaardige, van de leer van Musonius Rufus, vegetariër, deel 2 van 2, op woorden van wijsheid, vlak na opmerkelijk nieuws. Blijf alstublieft afgestemd op Supreme Master Television voor meer constructieve programma's. Mogen uw meditatiebeoefening u dichter brengen bij uw hogere zelf. En mogen u de innerlijke vrede en liefde die binnenin u is, ervaren. Encouraging viewers, we thank you for your company for today's episode entitled The Virtuous Essenes, Part 6 of 12, on Between Master and Disciples. Coming up next is A Kingly Person, Justice and the Just, from the teachings of Musonius Rufus, vegetarian, Part 2 of 2, on Words of Wisdom, right after noteworthy news. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more constructive programming. May your meditation practice bring you closer to your higher self, and may you experience the inner peace and love that is within you.
Have problem with non-veg? Oh no, not really. It'll just destroy our world, so we don't have problem anymore.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/BMD